A lot of people are wondering, what's 2024 going to look like? In today's video, I'm going to share with you my forecast for 2024. Let's see how many of my 5 predictions I end up getting correct. The first one, thankfully, I think inflation's going to finally drop below 3%. That's the good news. But you know what? I also predict that it's not going to feel like inflation has dropped to 3%. We're still going to be going to the grocery store. We're still going to be saying, I can't believe how much food is. I can't believe how much a box of cereal is. So inflation's going to come down, but we're still going to be feeling the pinch. Number 2, I believe, again, thankfully, that mortgage rates are going to print a 5 handle. And that's just finance speak to say, mortgage rates are going to be 5 point something. Probably in the mid 5s to high 5s. But I do think we're going to see mortgage rates start to come down as the Federal Reserve's work that they've done over the last 2 years, as that starts to produce dividends and help out Americans. Okay, speaking of the government, unfortunately, my 3rd prediction is U.S. debt is going to top $35 trillion for the first time in U.S. history. And I remember as a college student studying economics, studying business, and thinking, the U.S. has to keep our debt below 1 times GDP. And for most of my adult life, we've been able to do that. But during the pandemic, we really increased our debt dramatically. And while debt is going to top 35 trillion, unfortunately, that's 1.25 times our GDP, times our economy. That's a huge amount of debt, and eventually it's going to cause us problems. So 2024 is the year that the U.S. tops $35 trillion in total debt. And to put that in perspective, that's $100,000 for me, $100,000 for you. It's $100,000 of debt for every man, woman, and child in the United States. It's not a good thing, but I do predict it for 2024. On the good news, I do think that U.S. unemployment will stay below 4%. We're still going to have our jobs. It's still going to be a good job market. But unfortunately, the decrease of wage increases is going to slow down. So the good news is low unemployment. There'll still be availability of jobs for those of us that are still working. But we're going to continue to lose ground to inflation, even though inflation is going to be coming down. Okay, the next one. I think the U.S., fortunately, I really hope I'm right on this one. The U.S. is going to avoid a recession, officially a recession. There's a couple different definitions to a recession. Is a recession just when the stock market is down 2 quarters in a row? Yes, that's what you and I think, but the reality is it's never that easy. There's all these different factors that one of the think tanks in the U.S. looks at, and they officially declare a recession. And from that standard, I think we're going to avoid the recession primarily because our unemployment has stayed low. And kudos to Jerome Powell and his team, because getting this soft landing as you're raising interest rates is super difficult to do. And you know what? We're on final approach now for that soft landing, and I think we're going to get it, for which I'm very grateful for. Now, if you've lost your job during this period of time, I don't want to diminish that. Losing a job is very disruptive to life. And even though we've avoided a recession so far, there still have been hundreds of thousands of Americans that have lost their jobs. So God bless in that regard. But overall, I think the majority of us are going to skip the pain of a recession. The next one is, I think the U.S. economy is going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to expand, but not at the rate that we've seen towards the end of 2023. At the end of 2023, the Q3 growth number was almost 5%. That's a big, big number. It's just not sustainable. I think we're going back to the 2 to 3% growth rate in the U.S. economy. I believe the U.S. economy is going to top at over $28 trillion, which is a good thing. Now, the question is, what does all this mean? The question you really want to know is, what does this mean for your stock investments? And what I think this means for your stock investment is, drum roll please, the answer is none of us know. And I know that's not what you want to hear. And there's lots of pundits out there that'll say, oh, the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down. I think this is a key point. And this is a key point for all of us, folks that are making decisions on your investments. It's one thing to get the event right. Let's say I get those 5 economic calls correctly. Does that mean the stock market's going to go up? Right? I'm sharing a fair amount of good news in this video. I think 2024 is going to be a good year from the economy. But I can get the event right, but it doesn't mean that the stock market is not going to go down. Look at the start of this year, the start of 2023. Most of the really smart people, what were they telling you? They were telling you the market was going to go down. They were saying we're going to enter a recession. The year 2022 ended. It was a very negative year. The market was down about 20%. The smart people on television were saying, oh, we're going to have a recession. The stock market's going down. You know, not only did they not get the economy right, but they also didn't get the stock market right. And even if they had gotten the economy right, it's a totally different thing to get the stock market right. So this is not financial advice for any one person. I don't know your situation. I just want to put things on your radar screen. But in general, all of us benefit by having a long-term stock allocation, by not trying to predict what the stock market is going to do, and instead just have a long-term asset allocation that if the market goes down, we're still going to be able to sleep at night. If the market goes up, we're going to be able to participate in enough of the upside to move the needle for us. And that is the key. And as I said, this isn't financial advice. I encourage you to work with a fee-only financial advisor to find the situation that's right for you. I also encourage you to watch this next video of mine, which is why you're likely richer than what you think. There's a lot of good information in this video. It's kind of part 2 to today's video. I'll see you in there. Thanks for watching this one.